dead, my noble Scot. If telling truth in this fine age were not thought flattery, such attribution shall the Douglas have, as not a soldier of the season's stamp shall go so general current through the world. By God, I cannot flatter, I do defy the tongues of soothers. But a braver place in my heart's love hath no man than yourself. Nay, task me to my word, approve me, Lord.
Thou art the king of honour. No man so potent breathes upon the ground, but I will beard him.
Ah, do so, and 'tis well. What letters hast thou there? I can but thank you.
Here are letters from your father.
Letters from him? Why comes he not himself?
He cannot come, my lord. He is grievous sick.
Zounds, how is he the leisure to be sick in such a rustling time? Who leads his forces? Under whose government come they along?
His letters bear his mind, not I, my lord.
I prithee tell me, doth he keep his bed?
He did. 4 days ere I set forth, and at that time of my departure thence, he was much feared by his physicians.
I would the state of time had first been whole, ere he by sickness had been visited. His health was never better worth than now.
Sick. Now. True, now. The sickness doth infect the very lifeblood of our enterprise. 'Tis catching hither, even to our camp. He writes me here, this inward sickness, and that his friends by deputation could not so soon be drawn. Nor did he think it meet to lay so dangerous and dear a trust on any soul removed but his own. Yet doth he give us bold advertisement, that with our small conjunction we should on to see how fortune is disposed to us. For as he writes, there can be no quailing now, because the king is certainly possessed of all our purposes. What say it to it?
Your father's sickness is a maiden to us.
A perilous gash, a very limb lopped off. And yet, in faith, it is not. His present want seems more than we shall find it. Were it good to put the exact wealth of all our state, all at one cast, to lay so rich a main on the nice hazard of one doubtful hour, it were not good. For therein should we read the very bottom of the soul of hope, the very list, the very utmost bound of all our fortunes.
Nay, and so we should. Where now remains a sweet reversion, we may boldly spend upon the hope of what is to come in. A comfort of retirement lives in this.
A rendezvous, a home to fly unto, if but the devil in mischance look big upon the maidenhead of our affairs.
But yet I would your father had been here. The quality and hair of our attempt brooks no division. It will be thought by some who know not why he is away, that wisdom, loyalty, and mere dislike of our proceedings kept the earl from hence. Think how such an apprehension may turn the tide of fearful faction, may breed a kind of question in our cause. For well you know, we of the offering side must keep aloof from strict arbitrament, and stop all side holes, every loop from whence the eye of reason may pry in upon us. This absence of your father's draws a curtain, and shows the ignorant a kind of fear, before not dreamt of.
You strain too far. I'd rather of his absence makes this use. It lends a lustre and a more great opinion, a larger dare to our great enterprise than if the earl were here. For men must think, if we, without his help, can make our head to push against a kingdom, with his help we shall turn it topsy-turvy down. Yet all goes well, yet all our joints are whole.
As heart can think, there is not such a word spoke of in Scotland as this term of fear.
Ah, my cousin Vernon, welcome by my soul.
Pray God my news be worth the welcome, Lord. The Earl of Westmoreland, 7,000 strong, is marching hitherwards. With him Prince John.
No harm. What more?
And further, I have learned, the king himself in person is set forth, or hitherwards intended speedily, with strong and mighty preparation.
He shall be welcome too. And where is his son, the nimble-footed madcap Prince of Wales, and his comrades that daft the world aside and bid it pass?
All furnished, all in arms. estridges, that with the wind baited like eagles having lately bathed, glittering in golden coats like images, as full of spirit as the month of May, and gorgeous as the sun at midsummer, wild as young bulls, wanton as youthful goats. I saw young Harry with his beaver on, his cuisses on his thighs, gallantly armed, rise from the ground like feathered Mercury, and vault with such ease into his seat, as if an angel dropped down from the clouds to turn and wind the fiery Pegasus, and witch the world with noble horsemanship.
No more, no more! Worse than the sun in March is praised as nourish agues. Let them come. They come like sacrifices in their trim, into that fiery-eyed maid of smoky war. All hot and bleeding we will offer them. The mailed marshal on his altar sit, up to the ears in blood. I am on fire to hear this rich reprisal is so nigh and yet not ours. Come, let me taste my horse, that is to bear me like a thunderbolt against the bosom of the Prince of Wales. Harry to Harry shall hot horse to horse meet and ne'er part till one drop down a course. Oh, that Glendower were here.
There is more news. I learned in Worcester, as I rode along, he cannot draw his power this 14 days.
That's the worst tidings that I hear of yet.
Ay, by my faith, that bears a frosty sound.
What does the king's whole battle reach unto?
To 30,000.
To 40 let it be. My father and Glendower being away, the power of us will serve so great a day. Come, let us take a muster speedily. Doomsday is near. Die all, die merrily.
Talk not of dying. I am out of fear of death or death's hand, for this